and I'll give you a few tips on that. Okay, this is really important. If you do actually find one agent who is prepared to give you a call back and listen to what you're saying, all I'd say, my advice is remain flexible and try and listen to what the agent's saying. I'm not saying that you have to buy anything or everything that they take you through. I'm just saying if they give you a call to describe something, at least remain open, because there's a reason why they're giving you a call. And the fact that they're in the industry day in, day out, they might just see that even though when I describe it to you, it might not sound that good, when you get down there, you might just see the penny drop. Now, I'll show you why in a second, but I say don't abuse the agent. Don't be angry when I give you a call to follow up with you. I swear to God, I call people all the time. I've got people like this on the other end of it, like thinking, what are you doing? Why are you calling me? You know, I want 585 square metres, not 6. Or I wanted a 3rd bedroom plus a study, you know, 4 bedrooms, or whatever, and they just go off. Sometimes you get someone like Chris who you give a call and say, mate, I know this might not be perfect and there's a bit of stuff that needs to be done, but just come down and have a look. And he had a look and it worked out. If you get someone willing to try and work in with you, work in with them. And I'll give you a real example of what happened just on Saturday. Okay, so yeah, remain flexible with the agent. Now, I just want to give you a real example. On the weekend, just had a property that sold probably 150 metres from where we're standing right now, a few hundred metres away. And this property we had on the market had a first home buyer who came through last Saturday. Now, whilst the person came through, really liked it, I got all the contracts, everything off to them, they were extremely difficult and wouldn't fit in with the vendor's open times. Now, I know everyone gets busy. Hey, I get pretty busy myself, and I've been looking to buy, and I understand that. But if you're really serious about a property and you really, really want it, try and work in with the agent and, more importantly, the vendor, because we're only acting on our vendor's instructions. What happened was they wouldn't come through at the open that I had on Saturday. So they sent the husband had seen it the first week, their first home. They've been looking for 12 months. Brought him through on the second week, but couldn't get his partner through. Someone came through in that open, made an excellent offer, and I went around and presented it because I'm obligated to do that, and the vendor took it. As I was driving down Middleborough Road to go home, the person called me and said, okay, we've got everything out of the way now, and we're ready to go, and they're actually prepared to offer just a little bit more, and I really felt for them. And I explained to the vendor exactly what had happened. I said, I can get you a little bit more on this offer, probably about 8,500 more, which was a lot in this case. And he said, look, Rob, I've got an offer which is unconditional. You've got me a full 10% deposit. I'd just rather take that offer. So that person just cost themselves a home because they wouldn't come through the open and put an offer in, but for whatever reason. Okay, so just really try and work in wherever possible. And as an agent, I know I will always look after buyers who are working hard to work in with me. Every day of the week, I'll do that. All right, brush up on your negotiating skills. It's really interesting, and hey, I know this will sound ridiculous, but as the agent, I'm working on behalf of the vendor. I'm here tonight giving some buyers some tips, and I don't normally have the honour of doing that, but I just want to give you some honest feedback on some of the things that I see day to day. And hey, if it can save you a couple of $1,000s, hey, it's probably worth, well, hey, that's a pretty good return on investment on tonight, I'd say. Basically, one of the biggest mistakes I see happening is someone will say, look, Rob, we love this house. We've been looking for 3 months. This is it. We want it. What do we have to do? And I get them into my office. Now, I'm trained in negotiation. I get trained every single week. And whilst I've still got a heck of a long way to go, most people in the general public aren't trained negotiators. So when they're sitting down with someone, even though they might be young and spiky hair, they might not realise that this guy actually knows a few things about negotiating. And just by asking a simple question, someone might say, Rob, I'll offer you, look, one of the things people say is, we love this property. I'll tell you what, take $430 to the vendor, see how it goes, but if it doesn't work out, look, maybe we'll come up to $450. My job is to go to the vendor and say, okay, I've got you $430 right now, but they've told me they might come up a little bit, and then I've got to go back there. Now, I know that might sound silly, but it happens, okay? It really happens.